Let's see today Latvia. It's one of those Baltic states, as you can see. And yesterday we looked at Estonia, and we got, at least I got, extremely pleasant surprise. So today for Latvia, I have high expectation. I hope I'm not gonna get disappointed, but we're gonna see exactly how those people live later in the video. And now we're gonna look at the population, and let's see. 1.8 1.9 million people right now, and you can see they already have their peak around 1990. So clearly Latvia is one of those ex-USSR countries, a communist country, Soviet Union country not long ago, and clearly after the collapse of the Soviet Union, the population follow as well. And the peak, like I said, was around 1990. So since then they drop in population. Now the growing rate, pretty much you can see, is below replacement, below 0%, let's call it like that. So we kind of maintain that well. They have some height, probably because of the Ukrainian immigrants, I would assume, I'm not sure, or even Russians, but overall you can see the population are below 0%, so clearly they go on minus, population's going down. Now back in past 1955, 2 million, exactly 2 million people, and the growing rate was about 0.84%. that translates in 16,000 people net increase in year, and then they have a migration of around 10,000 people. Now 2025 the population got at 1.8 million people. At the peak, I think it was this one in 1990 at 2.6 million people. Now at 1.8 million people, the yearly change is almost minus 1%, and the net change is that minus 18,000 people, and migration also on minus around 7,000 people. Median age back then 30 years old, now it's 44 years old. Fertility rate, well, as you can see in this chart, the only date, let's say, that registered a birth rate that's gonna be okay for the replacement, it's 1985 with 2.06. Besides that, pretty much every single year from 1955 they have a population below replacement, below 2. So that's gonna tell you a story, because it's gonna seems like they never have actually a replacement population level. So even now in 2025, and especially in the future, the population probably is going to go down much faster than anyone predicted. Now 1955, around 50% of the population living in an urban area. Now it's 67%, 68%, and the Latvia global rank 113 in 1955, 151 in 2025. So not something extraordinary, I would say. But in the future, 2050, the population is going to be around 1.5 million people. Yearly change minus 0.82%, and also net change is going to be minus 12,000 people, and also migrants going to continue on the, you can see it lately in the last years, on the minus migrants around, let's call it around minus 300, whatever, doesn't matter, not that many, but they're still on the minus. That population in minus, that migration in minus, again, doesn't mean they don't have migration in the country. You can have migration. Let's say you receive 1,000 people from Nepal, but you lost in your country from the native population, they left the country 1,300. So you pretty much have that 1,000 push itself together out, and then you have the migration on minus 300. But that doesn't tell you exactly the whole story. It just tell you the net migration, which, like I said, it could be, you could receive migration from other countries, and your population more likely choose to leave the country. And also when you have a net decrease, that also means, and also with the combined with the low fertility rate, that means the population, native population, which is the one that we are interested right now, they're going down. Now the fertility rate in the future is going to be around 1.4, 1.5. Now it's around 1.35, 1.4. So not that much changing in that, but probably is going to be below 1, I would say. They have a below replacement population for pretty much entire recent history. Migrations on the minus. The median age it's going up quite decently, I would say. Not extremely fast, but still pretty rapidly. 2050 is going to be around 48 by this chart. Probably I would say it's going to be above 50, but we're going to see that. Urban areas, urban population is going to be around 76%. Probably is going to be more than that, going to be 80%. But keep in mind, Latvia, as Estonia, is not a huge country. It's a bit bigger, obviously, than Estonia, but it's still not a huge country. So probably the ideal population for a country like Latvia is going to be around, I don't know, 250,000 people, around that, maybe even lower than that, who knows. But even we saw what Estonian did with their population and how well they actually live there. And I am curious to see exactly how is the story for the Latvia. Hopefully it's the same. Now, life expectancy here, 76 years old for both sexes, female 8 years old, male 72 years old. So quite a difference, I would say, but not a huge one. And yeah, it's pretty typical, I would say, for the European countries. Infant mortality rate 2.7, which is very good. Death under age of 5, 3.3, which is good. It's not as good, I would say, than Estonia, but clearly Estonian seems to have a better medical system, I would say, judging by those metrics. But we're gonna see, like I said, the main event from those videos is gonna be how exactly those people live. That should be the main event. That's what I'm interested in it. Now, you can see the pyramid here. It just pretty much looks like it's gonna fall apart. The base is not that solid. They have a male surplus until the age of 40, I would say, and then you're going to the female surplus. So clearly not a great life from the young people, young male there. But yeah, population is gonna go down no matter what, just the way it is. Like I say, not a bad thing. Clearly they get the people that remain, they get more efficiently, and also even if those people that are getting older, they get they have this not nonsense, I would say. It's based on the history that they say that old people don't spend as much money as the young one, and that was the truth. But I guess our generation, when you're gonna go old, pretty much you're gonna spend the same as much as when you were young, probably even more than that, because who knows, maybe actually gonna have money back in the future in the future. So yeah, I think that argument is not gonna stand well in the future, but we're gonna see exactly how that happens, because even old people like us, we're gonna be, let's say, in 50 years, if we got to that age. I would see myself even at 70 years old, if I get there, hopefully not, building a house, going on vacation, buying all kind of stuff on the internet, build new computers and stuff like that. So I can see myself even in that age spending a lot of money, as if I have it, obviously, as I did with and I do right now with a young age. So yeah, for the population perspective, like I said, the less population probably gonna have a much better life, and they're gonna get obviously more efficient, and we are still gonna spend money. There's no way we're actually gonna cramp ourselves in the one corner of the house and wandering around the house from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. and then go to bed. No, I don't think that's gonna be our future, but we're gonna see. The economics there, not that much to say. I would say the nominal GDP, I think it's around, when it is, 45 billion US dollars, and purchasing power, it's 81 billion. So I guess it's not a huge economy, but for them, because GDP per capita nominal is 24, so I think it's less than we saw in I forgot the name. What's wrong with me? With Estonia. And we're gonna see probably the different life. I would say let's say a step behind them, but we're gonna see exactly how that's gonna translate it in a second when you're gonna look at them. Inflation. Whoa, look at this one. 9% in 2023. 2023 was wasn't a pandemic year. Was pretty much second year of war between Ukraine and Russia. Yeah, because everybody, if you remember, the war started in 2022, and the day the Russian invades Ukraine, that was the last day of pandemic. I never heard a news after that, not even a remote one. After Russia invades Ukraine, the pandemic was over. It just shows how much they orchestrate that pandemic, and when they got something better to talk about, they just forget about completely the pandemic. So clearly, they didn't have that much interest in the pandemic after that. 2024 1.3%, which is good, and 2025 probably they speculate around 2.2. I think it's a bit high. 1.5 I think it's going to be better, but yeah, 1.3 in 2024 they done well for themselves. Now very quickly at the history, you're gonna see, we're gonna look at this part right here. We're gonna see when exactly we saw the first name with Estonia. I think the first time we saw Estonia was in after the Soviet collapses. With Lithuania, we're gonna see exactly when that happened, which is I think pretty much the same. Oh no, we have we have Estonia the same. 1918 and then 1940, and after that we just pretty much Soviet Union, and then we have the Republic of Latvia in the 1990s after the collapses of the Soviet Union. Dynasty of Courland and Semiglia, I had no idea if I did this, I said it right. This one, it looks like the closest thing, but it's not exactly in the Latvia. This one, it's in the Latvia part. Polish Lithuania, pretty big, yeah. And this one, Terra Merla, probably this one is the first time we can see an empire and a civilization in that part of the world. Now, the main event, how exactly those people live. Let's go with the Google Earth and Street View and see exactly how those people actually live in the country. This is the main test, the one that's gonna make it or break it in my opinion, and we're gonna see how exactly those people actually live. For some reason this one just not to work. Now it's working. Clearly when you see a map like this, look at it's just pretty much full cover in Street Views. That shows in my opinion a good sign of a very developed country. Now, like I say, as always, randomly on the map, we're gonna look at the urban area, we're gonna look at the countryside, how those people live, and we already start on the good foot. It just look great, in my opinion. Nice looking, clean, green. Yeah, I like what I see. Let's go in this. Let's choose a small village. Oof, it's gonna be a tough one. Let's see this one, how well they're doing here. It looks nice, but yeah, this one, it looks like an abandoned building. I don't think they are in use anymore, so they don't have concrete here. But look at this, that's nice. You have a small pool here, nice green lawns. Yeah, I'm not sure if anybody lives here in those houses. I mean, now we have the concrete. Okay, so back again. This is 2011, so I have to change it again. And now we're looking at 2023, and yeah, they got concrete. This one remained pretty much the same, so clearly they like it, they maintain it. Housing, it looks pretty old but well maintained, I would say. Nice new window system, and the roof, yeah, you make good stuff. Now, I don't think they have sewage, but clearly they have, I think that's running water 100%. They have running water, hopefully I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the house looking pretty nice and clean. Yeah, well maintained. Roads so far very nice, very clean, no garbage, no stupid thing like that. Wow, it looks actually very modern and very green. So far so good. So yeah, we start good. Let me check, go back. I'm not sure. Let's go in on the Russian side, closer to the Russia. Let's see if you can see a difference there. And we're gonna see right clear as right here, as close as I can get to the Russian border. 2011, keep in mind again. So no concrete, because no tarmac because of that. But those looks like abandoned houses to me. They are abandoned, or somebody actually, again, it's 2011, who knows what happened from, we don't have new images here, so clearly not a priority in this area, but it looks like abandoned houses. I'm not sure if I'm mistaken, but most of them, clearly somebody lives here because they have animals, but once again, this is 2011, so yeah. very close to the Russian border, so clearly not that much interest in this area, and probably by now it's gonna be even less interest, I would say. But yeah, I wanna see exactly how well things are going there. Let's check this southern one. I want to see a small town in this area. Let's check this one. Hopefully they have some new images from 2024. Yeah, so pretty new, I would say. Those apartment buildings, obviously horrible. I hate them. Just don't see any point living in one of those, especially when you live in a countryside, when you're supposed to have a huge land with your house on it. But even here in a remote area, the bus station, let me see if I can check that. It looks pretty clean to me, yeah. No garbage on the floor, on the ground. That's nice. It's nice. Nice concrete. Again, we are in the southern part of the country. I don't think exactly how close we are to the Russian border, but yeah, you can see they have a lower income probably here, and also the lower income in the country when you compare with Estonia. Yeah, not bad actually. This part, yeah, they have some potholes here and stuff like that, but the yards looks pretty much nice. This is a military, probably something here, a post or whatever, or something from the government, doesn't matter. Actually, it looks pretty nice, I have to say. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Let's go to the beach. Let's see if we can find something as best as we saw in Estonia. And we're gonna go in this area right here. Not gonna go in the main city just yet, but I wanna check those small beaches. Let's see if we can find here. Yeah, pretty nice. It's pretty much a playground here, but pretty decent. And we have some forest there. We're gonna check that, see exactly how that. Not that many 360 on this part right here. I have something here, probably it's from above, I would say, or from the boat, or even better actually on the sea, or just this guy just pretty much around. Nice to have a frozen sea. That's something interesting there. Let me check this one on the beach here. From 2019, so pandemic almost here in the May, so not even a year later gonna have pandemic. Yeah, looks nice. Let me check other area of the beach. Let's get closer to the border with Estonia. Yeah, again, so far so good, nothing to complain. Yeah, it looks nice. Yeah, okay, it's nice too. It is nice to hear. I like those pine trees on the beach. Even when you don't have the perfect weather, they still looking great. So yeah, nothing to complain. It is important to have those 360 in the best quality possible. I'm not sure exactly what are those. I don't think they are houses, but I don't think they're from residential. Probably from tourists, I would say. Who knows? They all look the same. And this looks like a playground. I don't think they military using that. On the beach, let's inspect. It is clean. Those are just feathers, some sticks, stones, stuff like that. Not actually some algae, not garbage. Just this is nature. Yeah, it is nice. It is clean. Let's check on this side right here. Yeah, the beach is important to have just a clean, nice place. How green it is, nothing built in that area except those things. And those guys just looking with a kite. There are some old buildings, and this looks like a military, I would say, post. But yeah, those areas can be improved, I would say. But the beach itself, again, is nice, clean. Not nothing to worry. Let me see where are exactly the border. Right here. So let's see if we can find some 360 right here, closer to the border with Lithuania. I don't know, maybe somebody lives in that small tent. Yeah, it looks nice. Yeah, overall very nice here too. Now back to the, let's go to the main city. I think is this one. Randomly again, let's see how exactly it looks like. This is from a park, I guess. They are pretty clean, but I'm not interested in park. I'm interested in streets and apartment buildings. Wow, I'm not sure it's a good area, but oh no, it is a decent, probably it's a historical area, I would say. Yeah, streets clean, very wide. Look at this. Not some narrow streets. Again, not that many people in this country. You're gonna see when you don't have that many people, it's much easier to just keep the streets clean. Everybody kind of, not especially knowing each other, but still the hugely difference, I would say, between let's say even a city with 1 million people and a city with 100,000 people. That city is gonna get instantly much better, the one with the smaller population. The architecture is pretty nice, but we got in that not sure it was a better area or whatever, but let's check those ones. Let's go for the tough ones. Those areas, that's an interesting house there. I don't see the point of that fence, but maybe just me. Those are probably on the side of the city, and just some guys decided to develop some houses here, or some owners just want to have a house. This one have the Ukrainian flag for whatever reason. But yeah, the main street, it is pretty clean. You have an airport, probably the sound is not gonna be that nice there. What year is it? 2023. Yeah, on this part it looks nice. It's a bit remote. Yeah, we have the airport right here, so that's why. Let's see if we can find, those are houses, all of them, so I assume they're recently built. This one, it looks a bit older, but still, look at this clean, nice streets. That's someone's yard. Houses, they are old, but they look improved. You can see nice windows. This one needs a new roof, but just observation. Nice car, by the way. And I don't think it's those old couple cars, but if it does, good for them. Yeah, even with, I think it is less income than we saw in Estonia, if I remember correctly the numbers, per capita at least. But it doesn't show on the map, at least from what I see so far. It looks very well done, very nice maintained, roads very well. They have, yeah, in this area they have not extremely perfect, but still I don't see the problems, huge problems at least. Yards pretty nice and well maintained, so yeah. And in this pretty much all around main cities. Let me check some apartment buildings. Let's see if I can spot it from above. Those one looks like apartments building to me. And I get it right. Yeah, I don't like those apartment buildings, but look at this. Even in those playgrounds, they have room between them. They didn't build like crazy, so yeah, it looks pretty decent. They have this garbage and they collect the bottles, the plastic and the glass one. The apartment buildings, it is from the communist era, I would say. They look like that, but at least they look well maintained, and they have spaces between them. It's not like one of those areas when you have pretty much every single one of them jammed together and you don't have room for anything. which is the worst thing you can actually build. If you have a car, you can park around your apartment. Yeah, pretty decent, but again, it's an apartment building. It's not gonna get that much points for that. Let's go in the center of the country. Let's see what we can find in this. Oh, we have already a small town here. Let's check this one. Yeah, so as far as I can see here, it's decent roads, houses, pretty nice maintained. Again, hitting your house with wood, my opinion, is from the age stone, but it is what it is. Those houses, they look some maintenance. What year is this? 2024, so pretty recent, even September last year. So yeah, I would say very recently, but overall have a nice sidewalk. The road is on the level with the ground, which I always like it. I have to say, I always say that when I see it. It looks nice. A lot of green, well-maintained garden, well-maintained houses. The city makes good job with the roads and sidewalks and signs and all that stuff, especially like I say in this some sort of the remote area, I would say. This is a nice house, nice car, and I see quite a few people. They have the flag. I think was another one here. I think I missed it. They have the Latvia flag there, so very patriotic, I would say. Yeah, in this area, nice place to live, especially like I say from the countryside. Looks pretty good. I have no idea what are those, but don't want to check that. Let's go in this area. Let's see what we can find. So yeah, they have those small towns spread around the country, which is nice. Like I say, probably in the future people are gonna choose to live in those small communities than actually huge one like in the cities. And you can see why. Look at this. You can already see this these street views, and you can understand why. This looks like an industrial area. Yeah, the residential area looks nice. It's not much you can say bad things about them. This, it looks like an apartment building, which I can say a few bad things. I don't like apartments, but you can see the yard looks pretty well maintained. That could be a park. I have no idea who let that there, but yeah, overall they have some apartment buildings here. Let me check. Yeah, those one I don't like it. Look at it, just horrible looking. For have apartments building in a countryside, in an area when you're supposed to have big lands with nice individual houses. Not a great idea. You have a wall for putting posters there, I guess. The cars, well, we didn't look at the cars. It's an old Audi, and that's an old Opel, I think, or a Peugeot. I have no idea what car is that. Usually I recognize cars, but those one, no, it's an Opel. Yeah, I was right the first time. Yeah, in those, I have no idea why they have in such a remote area have so many apartments building forever, but here on the housing market, let's call it like that, the individual housing market. Oh, that's a nice. Yeah, clearly, look at this. The roads are nice. They have sewage, I think. Water, they have 100%. They have nice houses. They maintain them very well. Looking by the yards, looking by the fences that they have. Like I say, nice low ground road. They look nice. Yeah. Again, those countries are so underrated, extremely underrated. Like, I'm curious from hearing from you, if you live there, how exactly it is the wage market, how much money you can actually make in those countries, in the Baltic states, in Estonia, in Latvia, in tomorrow we're gonna look at Lithuania, because in my opinion, if you can make good money, there is no point going in countries like France or Germany, Probably you're gonna do a bit less than that, but look at this, how you live here. And like I always said, not that many people around, always gonna live better. Ooh, that's a nice Audi. The countryside that I call it, this one, it's like small towns. It looks pretty nice. This is pretty much the city council, whatever, probably, I guess. A lot of flags everywhere, so clearly they get very patriotic. But yeah, it looks, another flag right here. It looks very modern, even from like I said, from a countryside perspective. When you expect, oh, that's a nice house. When you expect so much less, you actually get surprised. Or maybe, like I said, I started with low. That's an interesting house. Maybe I started with low expectation, but that was for Estonia. For Latvia, I have some expectation, and I don't get disappointed. So yeah, we are in a clear, and this is pretty much like a medium-sized town. Let's call it like that. They have a lake. What is this? Let me check this one. Doesn't work. Oh, it's working. Yeah, it's from a drone probably. Yeah, it looks nice. I'm not sure you can find houses on this one. Yeah, they have a few, but we don't have the 360 to actually check them. We have another one probably again from a drone. Those nice small islands on the lakes looks great, and in the winter you can actually walk on them. Yeah, you know what, like I said, they are extremely underrated countries. Extremely underrated. If Lithuania tomorrow doesn't disappoint, then there is gold. I'm waiting for the commentaries from the comments to see how exactly the life here is there, because from I see from the image is pretty much almost perfect. I'm waiting also to see how exactly your government is doing there on the freedom side. This is a bus station and it's clean. Yeah, very nice. And also the most important, how easy is to get a job there and how exactly it pays, because it has to have a good pay at least, because look at this, they live well even in those countryside. And I'm interested in those countryside, the small towns, how easy you can find a job, because like I said, you might have a better life in those countries than actually going working in Paris and pay a huge rent for the small apartment. And yeah, you might get, let's say, a bit less money, but you're gonna get so much more life, which I think it's a good trade-off. Yeah, everywhere you go is clean. Like I said, the bus station, when you have bus stations that are clean, the remote areas that are still staying clean, that's a good sign of very well behaved people. Okay, a trash can there. If you want to post something, you have a special wall here, which is nice. You don't have to see it everywhere. Yeah, it looks, like I say, I don't know exactly how many tourists those countries get, but I want to check this one. But clearly not that many, because I don't know anyone who's gonna say, oh, we're gonna go on vacation in Baltic states. Pretty much all of them, when I hear about it, it's Turkey, Italy, Spain, France, and Austria. That's the main countries, I would say. I hear people going in vacation. Let me check those. Yeah, so far, again, as a overall, oh, they have a stadium here, so clearly it's gonna be a bigger one, bigger town, city, whatever you wanna call it. Overall, yeah, it looks very well, extremely well. Like I say almost perfect, because nothing can be perfect, but they are almost perfect here. As we saw in Estonia, this building needs some maintenance, but same as this one, but it looks like probably they started, who knows. I like the road here. Yeah, not that many people again, and it's not pandemic, it's June 2024, so clearly you're not gonna sit in line for anything, which is great. Nice church here. They maintain well. This road needs some maintenance, I would say, but again, nothing major. Those apartment building, I hate them, but we are in a town area. It is what it is. On the side of the town, probably it's gonna be much better. Let's check this one. Like I say, randomly on the map as always. I'm not shooting for anything. Those, they don't have tarmac, but maybe they're gonna get soon, or maybe they don't need it, whatever. Yeah, some countries have a small fence, others don't, which is very, I would say, interesting, because in my country there is no way you're gonna have a house, especially in the countryside, with no fence. That's a crime here. Yeah, overall, very nice. I don't know, we should continue. We kind of see everything I want to see it. Just I got convinced by now they are living well. Let's check some roads. Yeah, pretty good, I would say. Pretty good. They need a bit maintenance, but pretty good overall. Yeah, isn't, again, so underrated for whatever reason. Those roads, those are perfect. So underrated, and they have this, I think those, when you cross with the tires on the opposite side, make a sound and alerts you that if, in case you're sleeping on the wheel, stuff like that, which is a very good safety feature, I would say. Something happened here. What is this? Oh, there's just people on the... that's nice. Looks like a swamp. So yeah, overall, I don't think we need to check it further than that. I got convinced once again from the Baltic state. They look great. Great life there. Much better than I expected. Yeah, like I said, I'm waiting for those comments for those people who actually live there. Tell me exactly how the life it is there, because it looks pretty much, like I say, great. It's just absolutely great. Yeah, waiting for those. If you live in this country, like I say, Estonia, Latvia, and tomorrow is gonna be Lithuania. I am interesting to see exactly how those people live, because especially from it doesn't even feel like they have communism. It doesn't feel like nothing, like not Soviet Union, part of the Soviet. No way. It doesn't feel not even remotely to that. And they look better pretty much than every single Eastern European countries that we see, including my country. And yeah, when you see that tomorrow's gonna be Lithuania. Poland looked pretty good in the northern side, but we saw, like I say, big country, many people, big problems. I am interested in Belarus. I'm gonna make that video, see exactly what is the difference. But from those two so far, and tomorrow I'm gonna check this one, they are pretty much perfect. Yeah, the geography, let's say, they have Russia on the eastern border, that is not a great thing, but overall, you don't feel it like you are in a ex-Soviet country. I don't think even if you go to Asia, it's not gonna feel as good as we saw with those two countries, from the ex-Soviet countries. Yeah, it just so far, even in Bulgaria, clearly Bulgaria looks much worse than we saw with Estonia and Latvia. Even Poland doesn't look that well. I have some other countries I'm gonna check, but tomorrow is gonna be Lithuania, and so far for Estonia and Latvia, extremely good job. Extremely good job. It should be a example. You should make textbooks, manuals from other governments, how you can actually make something great when you don't have that much, not that many people, not that much land. But you can see, you can use that in advantage. And you don't have that much things to maintain, that many people, you can make much greater things. But in comparison with Moldova, which also an ex-Soviet country, is day and night. That not even close, not even the same league, not even the same millennium. It's so much difference. Not even like not century, not nothing. It's just completely different. So yeah, good for you. Good for Estonia. Good for Latvia. Tomorrow gonna go to Lithuania, and if that checks out, the Baltic states they pretty much get a first position rank, I would say, because from where they start, from how much they have, and where do they got, great job there.